I am the food director of Sainsbury's magazine. Yeah, if it's recipe development that you like, it's doing it all the time and showing people that you're doing it. It's kind of, you know, practicing, you know, cooking a lot of other people's recipes to kind of give you, you know, the sort of inspiration, seeing how people write recipes, studying how people kind of write recipes, and just practicing, doing your own thing, recording it all, and not necessarily in video form, but just shots of what you do and kind of sharing, and just that would be the main thing I would sort of I would say. And likewise, if it's more kind of feature-led stuff that you're sort of interested in, the same, doing your writing and kind of pitching ideas to people.
Jess is asking, she says not a serious question, but I think this is quite serious. What's your favourite ever dish?
My favourite ever dish? Oh God. I don't, oh God, could I nail it down? Right, it's easy to nail it down of this year. I'll just show you this. The girl that I was talking about before, like Mandy Lee, she wrote this book, which is called The Art of Escapism Cooking. That burger on the front of there, I made for my husband's 40th, like in the summer. It is insane. It's made from like pork belly and pancetta, and it's got like toasted sesame, like mayonnaise, and then Japanese shisho leaves with like a samyang, like spicy marinade in like a toasted like brioche bun. That was my cook of the year last year.
So if there are no more questions at this point, I think let's take a really quick break for 3 or 4 minutes, just so everybody can get positioned in their kitchens for the people who are going to cook along. And then what do you reckon, Sarah? Is it about, what's the cooking time on this one? It's pretty quick, isn't it?
I don't think it'll take much more than about like 15.
Yeah, if you're not cooking along, we'd still love you to write about this. So we'll have a big break after we've done the cooking. But yeah, if you're just observing, absolutely fine to still write about what the experience is like. Think about all the advice that Sarah's given us today in terms of writing about food. It's not just about the taste of the food and the cooking, it's about the experience.
I mean, the recipe says a tablespoon of oil. I always take that with a pinch of salt, basically. And to get your onions in. And you don't want to cook them too high because you don't want them to start like catching. And like you should always give onions the chance to like properly like cook down. I think there's a tendency to always kind of just like 2 minutes, like that'll do, but then they still kind of retain that slightly little bitter note that they've got, whereas when they go really sweet, when you like give them proper, good time. I mean, ideally, if you've got, we'll not do that today, but I always find like a good like 10 to 15 minutes is really good with onions, just to really like bring out their best flavor. So if you've got another pan on the go for the courgettes, like I've got a griddle pan, but you don't have to use a griddle pan. It's just to give it that sort of, because they look nice when they've been like char grilled, but they also gives it like a bit of extra flavor, that kind of like smoky note that's in like a lot of Middle Eastern like kind of dishes have. But an ordinary frying pan's absolutely fine. So once your other pan is hot, just put the courgette kind of strips in, like as they are, sort of thing. every now and again, just keep giving your onions a little like stir. You don't need to worry them all the time, but just every now and again. So if your courgettes are in the pan, once they start looking like kind of wilting, like the oil is kind of coming through, like flip them over like onto the other side. So this is the main, you can see that, the main kind of like flavor thing, yeah, in this, which they do sell in Sainsbury's and lots of other places. But
I'm seeing we all have the same one.
It's brilliant. Like I use it like a lot. It's basically, it's like a Lebanese kind of 7 spice, but there are various different versions of it. Like
winning. Sprinkle it straight in.
You go straight in. Go for it.
How much is too much?
Yeah, what's the amount?
2.5, but honestly, don't worry about it. If you can take the flavour, do it.
Flavour. You like flavour? That's enough.
Yeah, that'll be enough. You can always add some more.
Just cook it out for about a minute. Keeping an eye on your courgettes all this time so they don't. Yeah, and once that's had a little minute in, you can add your rice, your kind of pre-cooked rice. Just give that a couple of minutes. And once that rice has had a bit of the chance to warm up, you can add the lentils in as well.
Do we drain the lentils?
Drain the lentils, yeah. And then just keep that moving around in the pan to keep get everything like really coated in the spicy onions. And if your courgettes are done, you can just kind of take them off the heat and set them aside until you need them. So like once you put the lentils in there, they should only take like a couple of minutes to kind of warm through, and then we'll put the spinach in, and then just leave that. If you've got a lid, you can just leave that to kind of wilt naturally on the spinach in and sit a lid on top. It does look like a load of spinach when you're first putting it in, but it really wilts down. Should only take a couple of minutes.
So we turn the heat off, right, at this bit?
Yeah, you can either just turn it very, very low, or it depends what kind of pan you've got. If you've got like a, one that's really hot, retaining a lot of heat, yeah, you can just switch it off and it should wilt in that. It only takes a couple of minutes. Bring some of the hot rice over the top of it, and that'll encourage it to kind of wilt some more. The most important thing in all of cooking is salt. So give it a good whack of salt. And then just pop in your pistachio nuts and give them a kind of mix through.
Quick question: have we done the harissa thing, or is that waiting for that?
No, you're waiting for that. That's right at the end.
Oh.
So how's everyone's rice and spinach looking?
Looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, fab. Smells nice.
Make sure that you season. Give it a good season before. So as soon as your kind of spinach is wilted down enough and you've seasoned and added your pistachios, you can start plating it up in a bowl, and then just top with the courgette ribbons that you've made. And then now is the time for your harissa and your yogurt. So basically a nice dollop of yogurt on the side. That just kind of nice, but that sort of coolness like balances really well with the spice and stuff, especially if you put extra chili in it like I have. And then just get a teaspoon of however much you like of the harissa, depends on kind of like what heat you like. It's gonna be like chefy, like get a bit of the harissa oil because it's a gorgeous color, and just like drizzle it over the whole thing. And that's it basically.
Food to go.
Look at that.
Yes.